It is truth that liberates, not your effort to be free. Invincibility lies in the defense, the possibility of victory in the attack. Where the army is, prices are high. When prices rise, the wealth of the people is exhausted. We cannot change the cards we are dealt, just how we play the hand. In order to change the world, you have to get your head together first. Start writing, no matter what. The water does not flow until the faucet is turned on. Concern for man and his fate must always form the chief interest of all technical endeavors. Never forget this in the midst of your diagrams and equations. Imagination is the highest form of research. Patience is the only way you can endure the gray periods. Music in the soul can be heard by the universe. Knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key to it. The road to success is dotted with many tempting parking spaces. Never stop acquiring the common sense. It is as good as the knowledge. It's good to do uncomfortable things. It's weight training for life. No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. When you're the most happening person at the party, it's time to leave. The way of success is the way of continuous pursuit of knowledge. If a craftsman wants to do good work, he must first sharpen his tools. It does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop. Stop blaming outside circumstances for your inside chaos. If something is important, it deserves to be experienced deeply. Do not fear the thorns in your path, for they draw only corrupt blood. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Judge your success by what you had to give up in order to get it. To truly laugh, you must be able to take your pain and play with it. Do not use life to give life to death. Do not use death to bring death to life. At times, even a 90% compatibility rate ends in a breakup. In my heart's most secret place, I pity them as angels do. Stand in the divine rain, and seeds of wisdom will grow in your soul. Those who are willing to be vulnerable move among mysteries. Once you really know yourself, can't nobody tell you nothing about you. When deeds and words are in accord, the whole world is transformed. To have a human form of a joyful thing, but in the universe of possible forms, there are others just as good. The only source of knowledge is experience. The only real battle in life is between hanging on and letting go. He who is highly esteemed is not easily conspired against. But man's duty is to try and endeavor. Success depends upon chance and environments. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. To subdue an enemy without fighting is the greatest of skills. Don't react, cut them off silently. Politeness is the first thing people lose once they get the power. Beyond the fiction of reality, there is the reality of the fiction. Generally in war, the best policy is to take a state intact. To ruin it is inferior to this. 10 seconds, that's all it takes for life to throw you a curveball. If you fuel your journey on the opinions of others, you are going to run out of gas. 3 rules of work. Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Some men never die, and some men never live, but we're all alive tonight. Life is 10% what you make it, and 90% how you take it. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Fear is the polio of the soul, which prevents our walking by faith. Don't flail against the world, use it. Flexibility is the operative principle in the art of war. Your preciousness lies in your essence. It cannot be lost by anything that happens. Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life. The desire to reach for the stars is ambitious. The desire to reach hearts is wise. Having nothing to struggle against, they have nothing to struggle for. He who knows his enemy and himself well will not be defeated easily. Earth's crammed with heaven, but only he who sees takes off his shoes. Everything takes time. Bees have to move very fast to stay still. It would be so nice if something made sense for a change. If the enemy has occupied them before you, do not follow him, but retreat and try to entice him away. I shall allow no man to belittle my soul by making me hate him. There is nothing more frightful than ignorance in action. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. Be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, be kind. He will win who, prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. Don't leave it all unsaid, somewhere in the wasteland of your head. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. If quick, I survive. If not quick, I am lost. This is death. It's not that I'm so smart. It's just that I stay with problems longer. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. When the enemy is relaxed, make them toil. When full, starve them. When settled, make them move. Sometimes, not getting what you want is a brilliant stroke of luck. A praise war in terms of the fundamental factors. The first of these factors is moral influence. Life isn't worth living unless it is lived for someone else. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. We live only now. Everything else is either past or is unknown. He who pursues fame at the risk of losing his self is not a scholar. All shall be done, but it may be harder than you think. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. Misconceptions play a prominent role in my view of the world. The more powerful the class, the more it claims not to exist. I can't feel my tongue, but I know it's there because I'm talking. A smiling lie is a whirlwind, easy to enter, but hard to escape. It's faith in something and enthusiasm for something that makes a life worth living. Keep creating. The world yearns to celebrate your next masterpiece. If you're treated like a puppet, find a new ball of string. Moods can be contagious. Don't catch or spread a bad mood. To become a lifelong reader, one has to do a lot of varied and interesting reading. If you don't build your own dream, someone will hire you to build theirs. Words offer meaning. When you've got the meaning, you can forget the words. Mist to mist, drops to drops, for water thou art, and unto water shalt thou return. I quote others only in order the better to express myself. When envoys are sent with compliments in their mouths, it is a sign that the enemy wishes for a truce. Other people are only aspects of our own greater being. There's no point having wishes if you don't at least try to do them. Weak leadership can wreck the soundest strategy. Savor everything, cling to nothing, live now, because living then won't be any better. The petty thief is imprisoned, but the big thief becomes a feudal lord. The distance between insanity and genius is measured only by success.